Hi, this is going to be a continuation of the topic with arrays. I want to show you some nifty methods that are available for us to use with arrays. So in the previous video, we saw what's an array and how to declare an array, how to assign values to an array, right? Here we saw that. And then we saw how to get the length of an array. And then we saw how to use a for loop to iterate through an array. So those, I'm going to build upon the same example just to show you some different options. So let's just remove some code. I don't want this to become like really long. If you want to, like, this is a numeric array. If you want to sort this array, you would just say array dot. Before that, let me show you some of the important documentation here in W3 schools, and that will really help you. So you can like see all the methods that are available for sorting arrays. See, so this is a little weird method, and that's why I want to show you. See, instead of saying the array name dot sort, we are using it differently. So it is array dot sort, and then inside that we give the name of the array. So here it is salary. So if you see here, array dot sort. Okay, so the sort, the default will be to sort it in ascending order, and then let's write it. Then we can, if you want to do in the descending order, you can say array dot reverse. Again, let's print it. Okay, let's run this through and see. So if you see sort, so initially when I printed the array, it was 70,086 and 45. The moment I say sort, it sorted it according to the lowest to highest. When I say reverse, it goes from highest to lowest. Okay, so these are nifty little methods. The only quirkiness to it is that you have to say array dot, array is the keyword, okay, array dot reverse, array dot sort, and then we have to send the array name as a parameter. So that is the weirdness to it. Here if you can see, here when we did the length, we didn't use it like that. We just said salary, the array name dot. But these two are kind of unique. So if you want to find the lowest value in an array, one way would be for you to use the loop and see which one is lower, and each one you can like step through and do it. Instead, thank God, we have a simple method saying min. So that would give you salary.min method. Okay, so let's say and then if you want to find the highest value, you would say dot max. Min and max. Oh, system.link namespace. So we need this namespace to be able to use that. So if you remember early on in our discussion, we talked about, oh, where is my code? So if you see here, it says other useful array methods are found in system.link namespace. So all you have to do for this to work is to add a using statement that includes system.link. See, we only have this guy, we don't have this guy. Using system.link. So now your min and max methods will work. Okay, let's say min value equal to so minimum value is 45,000, maximum value is 86,000. So we didn't even do much to get that. If you want to like add all of these values together, you want to know like the sum of all the values, you could just use sum. The sum is when you add all the numbers, that's what you get. So these are some nifty little methods that are available. The two quirky ones are going to be the sort and the reverse, but they are like extremely useful. More than the min and the max values, I think they are like extremely useful. So just remember the usage. Anytime, nobody is going to remember every single method and how you're supposed to use it. That's why we have reference material. Please use the reference material and then pay attention to what the error is saying. So if I don't have this line, it actually tells me, okay, it says, are you missing this derivative? So it is giving me a hint, so I'll remember to add that. So pay attention anytime you see the red screen, pay attention to what it's saying and then go from there. So arrays don't just have to be like integers. You can have arrays in double. You can have arrays as like a bunch of text names, employee names can be in an array. You know, you can have any type of data type as long as you specify what the data type is, you should be okay. So now if we were to like rewrite that employee code, how would that look using an array? So we kind of know the idea, right? So we wanted to get input, get employee salary as input, get bonus percent as input. Okay. And then we will calculate the bonus. So we know all these steps. So we just have to figure out how to use them using arrays. So let's first declare the salary array. Right, these are the three arrays. So if you do a for loop, you can ask how many employees they need. So what we want to do is first, before we do any of this, we need to know how many employees are there, right? Get number of employees. So we can do it two ways. So let us assume that the number of employees is going to be 5. Let's write it for 5 employees first. So we need an array of length 5, right? Int salary array. So there are two ways to do this. So you can do like this, and then later on you can assign a value to it. Or you could say like how we did before, like this. So this is an array initialization and declaration is happening at the same time. If you cannot do it like here because we need to like get a user input, in that situation, whenever you are trying to get the input, we have to make sure that that array size is defined. Okay, when you do this, then you are giving values. You are defining the array size. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the compiler knows, okay, this array size is 5 and assigns it. We can't like not, if you don't want to do it and you don't know the size right now, or you're not sure, like you don't know what the data is, you at least know the size, then you have to say like this. We know the array size is 5 because we said, let's do for 5 employees first. Let's do like this. So we have salary array, then we have the bonus, and then we have the percent. These two are going to be double. Okay, so we have 3 arrays. We have defined the size of the arrays. We don't know what the data is because we are going to ask the user to enter the data. So for user to enter the data, we are going to say int position equal to 0, position less than, you can say salary dot length. Position. So I'm saying position, so when I'm like explaining about it, it makes sense. You can name it anything you want. It doesn't have to be position, it's just a variable. So here you can say console dot read line. You're reading the data, convert dot to int 32. And then you're going to put this in salary in position defined by pass, this variable. So what happens now? The first time you get the input, it will go to position 0. Second time it will go to position 1, so on and so forth. So we are getting the salary and we are getting the bonus as input. Percentage is going to be 2 double. So we want to prompt the user. So console.writeLine, enter employees salary. Then we say enter bonus percent as a decimal. Okay, 0.00 to 0, so 1.00, right? 100% is 1.00. So now all we are doing is getting the input. So let's try this. Oh, salary could not be found. What happened to salary? Sorry. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I'm trying to create a new data type, I think. Doesn't make sense. Okay, so we are going to do for 5 employees. So let's enter the first employee salary. So bonus percentage, second employee salary, bonus percentage, so on and so forth, right? Yeah, I did a control Z to stop. So I'm just testing really quick. Now I know that the bonus calculation is going to be bonus of pos. Pos is just like bonus first, bonus second, bonus like the position will be salary of that position at the position times percentage at that position. So here's the tricky part. If you take salary 1, you have to take the percent 1 and calculate and then store it in the bonus 1. If you take salary 2, then it should take percent 2, bonus 2. Okay, so the position is important because it tells you which person you are calculating that for. Okay, so that's it. We are calculating it. Salary. Fourth employee. Fifth employee. Okay, and it calculated the bonus. We are not displaying anything, so we can't see it. Now let's just go create a loop. You can create it right here, but I just want to show you that we are not losing any value. Okay, so we are not losing any value later on. Console.writeLine. You just want to show the bonus of employee number, and then you say position is dollar, and then you say bonus of position. Now let's see. Okay, so bonus employee salary 80,000. Oops, sorry, I just hit enter incorrectly. I think there is a little lag and I just didn't realize that. Okay, now my screen is clear, right? Run the code. Employee salary 90,000, 10% bonus, 78,000, 8% bonus, 67,000, 8% bonus, 8% bonus, 45,000, oh, for 50,000, 17% bonus. So now, even though I am outside the loop, I am still able to access the bonus of the employee. It is not all lost because we have separate position for each employee. So this is all the bonus amount for each and every employee that I can see here. See, employee 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need a space here. Okay. So that's how we implement getting an input using an array. So here we still have one problem. So we have hard-coded 5. What if we want to get the value from the user? That's the easy part. So how do we change the definition, right? So let's do it. Console.writeLine. Enter the number of employees. Console.readLine. So we are getting this as an input. Employee is going to be an integer. Okay, we got the number of employees. So instead of saying int 5, you say number of employee. Now if I say 2 employees, the loop should only happen for 2 times. There, I have 2 employees. I've calculated the bonus of the first employee and the second employee. Okay, so now I'm controlling the length of this particular array really nicely. So here you don't have to just write the bonus, you can write the salary. So you can just say employee number 0, and then you can say salary equal to $, bonus equal to $. So here we can put the salary. Yeah, you probably like missed something here. Oops. 2 employees. So that's my salary, that's my bonus. Well, you can do all the formatting, everything however you want, but the idea is this simple thing. Okay, salary and bonus. So the idea is that we have access to all of that content even outside of the loop. We are not losing any of the data because we are storing multiple data in the same location. In salary, more than one data is being stored. And then each of them have their own unique address, like an apartment complex. So just remember that that's the most important lesson, if anything, just to remember. So before you display it, here you can actually sort the arrays. You can sort the array by sort. You can sort the, so you know what? I would sort, because there are 3 different arrays. You don't want like the numbers to get all like messed up. So we should have sorted it above. Here when we got the salary, you could sort the arrays, and because the salary and the bonus are like interrelated, right? So if salary changes, bonus is going to change. So let's see what happens. Yeah, uppercase S. So salary and bonus are sorted now. So I mean, that's one application. So that's how you work with an array and get input. So the key here is either you have to give the data right here, or you have to say use this keyword called as new. I didn't talk a lot about it. This is like an object creation like type of thing. It's a more complex object. So you have to use the new keyword and then say the name of the data type and then the array symbol subscript with the number inside. Okay, here is the simplified form. So that would be how it is. So this is, you either have to like say what data it is directly here, like how we did in the prior example, or you have to at least say how much allocation the array has to do. Without those two, this just wouldn't work. So you will get compilation errors. The third thing I want to show you, I'm going to remove this and show you another way to iterate through an array. So here we are using the for loop the regular way. We are saying what is the position and all that. But there is another one called as, here you can see foreach. Foreach. This can also be used to iterate through an array, and this is even more intuitive. So you could say foreach. So think about it. If you are iterating through the salary array, you want to say for each salary item, sorry, int salary in the array called salary. So this is my variable. It will take the data from the salary array, the first position, and put it inside this integer. So see, that's what it's saying here. So you store it in a variable. You take the array item one by one when it says for each. So it is basically for each item inside the array, do something. We can call it item, doesn't matter, it's just the name of the variable. So what's inside item? You just display the item. Two employees. So salary of the employee is, so here I am not even using the array name. How is it working? So we are saying when you loop through this array salary, take each item and store it in this variable called item. Take each data and every time in the loop, so there is no counter, nothing. Okay, it just knows this content is an integer and it will be stored in this particular variable internally. So instead of using the salary array with the subscript like how we would normally do here, see, we are doing this, right, to get each and every position. What happens is salary of 0 will get copied to this item variable that you use here. Okay, you can call it anything you want, but that's where it's used. So instead of saying salary of with the subscript, you can use it as a simple variable. Okay, so if you want to do the bonus, you would say for each item in bonus, say bonus. So maybe we can say like something like this, so we know that there's a difference. Let me see what's going on. Doesn't matter what name is, it should work. But let's just run it through. Maybe it's some other error. Number of employees 2. Salary. Okay. First employee salary and bonus. Second employee salary and bonus. Okay, so this is just a variable name. I'm not sure like what happened to it and why it yelled at me for that. Just let me try it one more time. It shouldn't, yeah, see, now it's not yelling. So then the item name, it doesn't matter what you use for the name. This is a temporary variable, it will be forgotten right away. But this is another way, it's a much more intuitive way of using a foreach statement to iterate through an array. Okay, so I will say here method 2 for iterating through an array. Okay, sorry about this being a little longer than I wanted it to, but I hope this makes sense as to why we are using an array and how to use an array to get an input.